Hey VC, this is Nolan. You know that. Got your nose, and I'm doing a vinyl / life update. Life has been busy right now. At this very moment, I am worn out. My girlfriend's out with her friends. I was, too lame and too tired to go out, and I'm going to bed soon because in the morning I'm waking up and doing my very first record show, which is super exciting. This is the first record show that I will have been working at. Me and the owner of the record store that I work at put together about 7 or 8 crates to bring to the show tomorrow, which is at 9 in the morning. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but I'm pretty excited about what we're going to bring to the table, literally, tomorrow. So anyway, I've been working a lot, but it's not so bad. I like having something to do with my day, and I like having a place to go. I've been able to afford this new computer. I don't know if there'll be a noticeable difference in the webcam, but there might be. But I've bought a new computer for audio production. My band will be purchasing a new audio interface for me. The last one we bought ended up going to my guitarist, but we're going to buy one with several inputs to go into this computer that I will be using for personal use. And hopefully I would really like to put out a few solo releases this year. My band's going to put out a record. I'm putting out a record with my friend Rebecca. Me and one of my friends, that was my first band ever, was with this guy. Him and I will be putting out a record this year. So that's 3, and I'd personally like to just put out some kind of funk, soul, sophisti-pop sort of stuff. Bedroom pop. I'd like to do that this year as well. So here we go. 2013 is busy, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to spending extra money on records. But this is a vinyl update, so we're gonna get to the vinyl. Listen, VC, I hope you're great. You're all wonderful people, and my last week watching your videos, commenting on your videos, getting comments back, getting personal messages, it's been my favorite week to 2 weeks in the VC yet. I just think this place is fucking fantastic. I'm a little tipsy. So we've got some records. First one I'm going to show is Soweto Never Sleeps. This is classic female Zulu jive. This is on Shinachi Records. A compilation. Soweto. They sing it on the first track. How to pronounce Soweto, but I always say Soweto. So that's what I'm sticking with. This is a great record. Features a lot of tracks by the Mahotella Queens. Other names I cannot say. My ignorance is showing itself. Great compilation. For those of you not familiar with the sound, this is the sort of style of music that influenced Paul Simon's Graceland. I have a couple other compilations. This one isn't the best, but I am very much a big fan of female vocalists, and this is primarily female vocalists in this style. And it's very good. I was able to get this for cheap, and I enjoy it. This next record just had a deluxe reissue on CD, and I knew that the store that I worked at had a copy. So I read several great reviews. I'd never listened to it, so decided to pick up a copy of Marianne Faithfull's Broken English. Devastating record, you guys. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this. My copy's a little dirty. I do need to clean it. This is on Island Records. The year is 19. We can assume it starts with 19. 1979. And I really love inner sleeves that have records on them. This whole row right here is Brian Eno. Just a devastating record. Broken English so sad. There's a cover of Working Class Hero on here that is even more scathing than the original. The production this was recorded by the same person who had worked on Steely Dan's recordings. And so there's a cleanness to the backing tracks that my girlfriend had mentioned that she was looking to listen to this record, and I put it on, and it was nothing like what she expected. She expected a folk, kind of a Joni Mitchell-esque, smoky record, and this is... The first track mentions the Cold War, and I think that's very descriptive as to this record. It's very metallic, but also just dark. And I know at this point Marianne Faithfull had been homeless when she recorded this record, living in an abandoned warehouse or an abandoned, she was squatting at this point with the lead singer of the Vibrators, who I can't remember the name of, and it's industrial in that way and just very broken, but this is an audiophile pressing. The sound's amazing. It's very pristine, and in that way, obviously there's a Steely Dan comparison, but I'm very impressed with this record. I've played it a lot and been very excited about it. Playing this a lot. Pete Townsend's Scoop. Picked this one up for a few dollars. Double album of Pete Townsend demos. I would say this is akin somewhat to Paul McCartney's Brand, in that these are bedroom demos of some of what would become elaborate Who productions. There's great inner sleeves, by the way, with personal notes on every song. But one of my favorite notes is for Squeezebox. Obviously recorded for fun and intended as a poorly aimed dirty joke. I bought myself an accordion and learned to play it in one afternoon. That's not meant to be a flash. I don't mean to learn to play it properly, just to manage it to work without falling over. The polka-esque rhythm I managed to produce from it brought forth this song, amazingly recorded by The Who to my disbelief. As a songwriter for my band, the shit that they decide is worthy of the band playing, I can relate to that. And the fact that he made it kind of as a joke and an experiment in playing the accordion in his bedroom, and it eventually became a hit, and you have the evidence of just the bedroom recording, which is a therapeutic process for the songwriter and very personal and intimate. Demo writing isn't just pre-songwriting. Demo recording, at least for me, and somewhat explained in here, it's therapy. So to hear these songs in this environment is very great, and these are cheap records. There's a Scoop 2 as well, and I think they both sound amazing. I do have to thank Amoeba Records does a series called What's in My Bag, which if you subscribe to Amoeba Records YouTube channel, you can find this series, and Ty Segall, the garage rock artist, picked up this record and turned me onto it, and I was very glad he did, because I like this just as much as I like some Who records. It's 2 LPs, so it's a lot of material to wade through, but throw on an LP one time, check it out, see what you think. Very, very happy to find this in a local store for a very good price. Mew. The name of the record is No More Stories Are Told Today, I'm Sorry They Washed Away, and No More Stories, The World Is Gray, I'm Tired, Let's Wash Away. Great record. This is actually great photographs from the studio here. This is a double album. I had been a fan of Mew from Frengers and the Glass-Handed Kites. When this record came out, I never got around to listening to it. Sometimes you just miss out on it. And I think I've given this a few listens now, and I think it's just as good as their other records. And I can't believe this band is signed to Columbia, or was. I don't think they've, I'm not sure if they've released anything after this, but I'm very happy to have this. Would love to have their other records, but they're enormously expensive. So this is nice to have. Sound quality is fantastic, pressed on double vinyl, and it was just really a great find. The local store that I had it, you don't see Mew in stores around here ever. So that was great. My first of this artist, there's a couple of records of his I'm looking for, but Bill Withers, Adjustments. I think maybe that's what you call it. This is really nice. The seal's a little bit split. This came out, I'm forgetting the years here. This came out in 1974 on Sussex Records, of course. Bill Withers came out on Sussex. Comes with the really flashy inner sleeve. And I'll show the Sussex label for some reason. Great record. Great later career Bill Withers record. Funky, solid. To me, notable for the title track, You. It's not the title track. It's the first track. That's what I meant to say. Notable in that Bill Withers never sings the same phrase twice. There's no repeating of phrases or choruses or verses on this record. He doesn't, sing the same words at any point, and the entire song is double tracked. So he's singing along with himself the entire song. And I'm sure he punched in at certain points, but an impressive feat. And been looking for this one for a long time because I had passed it up about 3 years ago and been kicking myself ever since. I paid a fair amount of money for this. Yeah, more than I would like to spend on a used record, but not a ridiculous amount. Either way, very glad to have this. Next record is an upgrade for me. Bobbie Humphrey, Black and Blues. This is on my ongoing quest to collect Larry Mizzle produced records. I had shown Gary Bartz in my last update, and I have some Donald Byrd. I had a copy of this record that was just beat, really beat, and I love this record. I bought it with the Bill Withers. The guy who had both of these records knew what he had and knew the condition, and so I paid some good money for both of these. But this is jazz, funk, flute. I haven't been describing the music. Whatever. Fantastic. This is on Blue Note Records. The year is written in Roman numerals, but I don't think. It's from 1973. Beautiful record. This copy is just pristine. In the Blue Note inner sleeve. Produced by the Mizzle Brothers, of course. Chicago Dam, the opening track. Fantastic. Really happy to have a good copy of this finally. I'm also currently on a quest to... I've had several compilations by this band, but now I want their records. I want their records on Cadence, and I want their records on Warner Brothers. I'm starting with Warner Brothers, but I don't have a real order here. I'm just gonna find them when I can. But this is a date with the Everly Brothers on Warner Brothers, and their stuff with the Warner Brothers. This is from 1960. Is just they had such great session musicians playing with them, and this copy's a little beat. It's a little crackly, but with the records from 1960, shit holds up. It sounds fine. You crank it once the music starts playing, and it sounds great. There's a bunch of these records that I'm looking to get, but this has got closes with Kathy's Clown. But I have all the singles, so the really good stuff on here is, of course, I'm mentioning the singles. Love Hurts, but That's Just Too Much is fantastic. Sigh, Cry, Almost Die. It's such a ridiculous phrase. It's such a ridiculous group of words. And my last record is a little bit of country music. I mean, I guess the Everly Brothers fall into that country music. Buck Owens. This is with his Buckaroos, Together Again / My Heart Skips a Beat. Great record. This is honky tonk, y'all. I mean, this is some country music, and fantastic. My first Buck Owens record on Capitol Records, Rainbow label, and I mean, you can't fuck around with this stuff. This is just great, straightforward songwriting. You have songs like My Heart Skips a Beat, obviously. Together Again. I mean, those are the title tracks. But this is fantastic. I would like some more Buck Owens. I got this for $3. This is gonna hold me for the moment. I've been playing Buck Owens songs for like the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months at some of my cover gigs, and I'm really glad to have a Buck Owens record. Adding it to the redneck section. You know, I don't know if you were there when I mentioned it, but I've got a section with heavy metal, country music, southern rock. I think that's what's in there. But that's it, and that's my update. That's how things are going. I'm totally tired, but I'm very excited for tomorrow. That I'm gonna work a record show. I mean, I'm gonna get paid money to sell some records and talk to record nerds, and you know, I can't complain. And then I have to go back to boring shit, but that's how it goes, right? If you watch this, like, comment. If you didn't like it, dislike it. You're all beautiful. Y'all take it easy.